Hallo, einen schönen guten Abend, herzlich willkommen zu meinem Kanal und ich begrüße Sie herzlich zu einer Folge Stanley Parable. Wie ihr vielleicht schon gesehen habt, ich hab einen Avatar gebastelt. Ich habe einen Avatar, aber ich bin stolz drauf. Ich bin die super. Ich kann normal gucken, ich kann nicht gucken und ich kann grrr gucken. Ich finde ihn süß. Ich hoffe, ihr findet ihn auch süß. Ja, ansonsten, ich kann ihn auch klein machen. Dann kann ich so in der Ecke sitzen und ich kann so. Oh, guck mal, was passiert. Grrr, ich bin schon wieder gestorben. Ich bin's niedlich. Ich werde ihn wahrscheinlich nicht drüber lassen während des Games. Ich werde es wahrscheinlich dann einfach Dingensens einfach den Charakter wegpacken, wenn wir spielen, weil ich finde, es wäre ein bisschen im Weg. Ja, ansonsten, geht's jetzt los mit dem Game? Bis später. Ich bin später nochmal wieder da. Tschüssi. Oh, jetzt sind wir hier bei der Anfangsszene. Und das hat Sound. Ich hoffe, man kann alles gut verstehen. Wir fangen an. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay,
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, ich glaube, da fangen wir an. Oh, damn. Gameplay, kann ich... Oh ja, ich kann ruhig stehen. I hate Mondays. Damn, ich dachte, er liebt seine Arbeit. Stanley, müsstest du mir was sagen? Okay, ist das? Nein, das ist nicht die aktuelle Uhrzeit. Wieso? Warum habe ich nach der Uhrzeit gefragt, wenn ich nicht die aktuelle einbauen? Okay. Okay, es ist verschlossen. Okay, hier ist irgendwas, was man öffnen kann. Hier irgendwas. Nein, okay. Scheint nicht so, als gäbe es hier was.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Meeting Room, was ist denn der Meeting Room?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Das ist der Meeting Room. Ach, das ist super. Schöner Schreibtisch. Ich frage mich, wer hier arbeitet. Weil hier ist ja dieser eine PC an. Ah, ich hab ihn ausgemacht. Was habe ich ihn ausgemacht? Mache ich ihn wieder an? Scheiße. Er ist dead. War das richtig, dass ich ihn ausgemacht habe? Wieso kommt mir das so, als würde ich Tasten drücken? Ich klatsche auf Papier rum.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay. Gut zu wissen, ne? Also sollen wir hier nicht alle Sachen einmal antippen? Gar nichts, nicht. Sollen wir weitergehen? Ist irgendwas zum Antippen? Wieso? Ich finde es schrecklich, dass ich nicht irgendwie sehen kann, wo die Mitte ist, was ich antippe. Da müssen wir wohl weitergehen, oder? Ich weiß nicht, irgendwie, das kommt ein bisschen krass vor, das hier. Habe ich irgendwie trage ich so eine Tastatur oder so eine Maus mit mir rum, womit ich Sachen antippe? Das war abgeschlossen, war hier noch... Hatte ich hier probiert reinzugehen? Hier war auch alles zu, ne? Ja, okay. Ist meine Tür jetzt eigentlich auch zu? Alles zu. Scheint wirklich nichts zu sein hier. I guess. Ich muss so hoch, runter, links, rechts, Kreuz, Dreieck, Viereck, hoch, Kreis, Viereck. I like work. I just hate my boss. Oh, damn, was ist... Mile. Steht einfach Mile drauf auf dem Becher. Okay, gehen wir weiter. Bild. Was gibt's hier? Ist hier auch wieder alles antippen? Da geht's weiter. Hier. Oh, das ist ein PC an. Surname Access. Oh, jetzt will ich will wieder anmachen. Hätte ich mir das durchlesen müssen alles? Ich habe nur Surname Access. Hier steht was. Das kann ich nicht erkennen, ne? Aber ich kann es auch wieder ausschalten, ne? Das scheint alles nichts zu sein, was ich meinen könnte. Kann ich die Tür öffnen? Zu.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office.
Yes.
Because he doesn't pick up well on cues from his environment.
Was soll das jetzt heißen? Können wir einfach weitergehen? Das ist die gleiche Uhrzeit wie vorhin. I hate Mondays. Hier ist schon wieder eine I hate Monday Tasse. Hier steht irgendwas anderes drauf. Okay, oh. Die Tür kann ich auf und zu machen, I guess. Gehen wir weiter.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Müssen wir jetzt machen, was er sagt? Das ist wahrscheinlich rechtssterbig. Wir gehen einfach mal hier lang. Okay, Tür ist zu. Wie Sachen. Tipp, 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 tipp. Tür. Ist hier irgendwas? Auch zu. Oh, hier ist hell. Hier wird Fotoshooting drin gemacht oder so. Oh.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Das ist der Meeting.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, was sagst du? Schauen wir uns erstmal hier die coolen Tafeln an und dann gehen wir uns im Raum weiter um und dann... Ah! Egal, wir gucken uns kurz die Tafeln an. Push for funding for RD new coffee machine. Gucke ich mir das jetzt an? Was ist der Projektor? Von wo kommt das Bild? Number 1 of slides on the slide. Slides, charts and slides. Ja. Rate at which chart on the same slide the same information. Was the fick? Rate of increase in graphs. Okay. Please, no more charge, please. The boss app in a circle top your was about your boss. Okay. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee, like you said, okay. What are your dreams for future? Nature, transcends, plant life, football, less air, spring break, clear skin, metamorphosis. Tips for not getting fired: talk less, do unbelievable, amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectations. Okay. How solve a dispute with a coworker? Let it boil up inside you. Take it out passive aggressive on other coworkers. Resent coworker from. Ich lese zu langsam dafür. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Oh Mann. Okay, das war das. Was ist hier drauf? Things. Happy feelings. Violated. James, you are fired. Money, more money, things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things plus money. Was steht da? We hain? Oder soll es have? We have a new project. We have a new project. Ach, what do people want? The stock market is somewhere here. Okay. Colored in segment. Das ist. What is hard? Profits. Target demographic. Teenagers! Meine Güte. Be quarterly post review. Post review. We need reviews. Was steht da? Ich kann's nicht lesen. Moreless? Hopeless? Nee. Egal. 4-2 plus 4-5. What? Want to get rid of the death sport potion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. Stupid idea. More watercolors. More watercolors healers. Charts needs to be more hip to appear to teenagers. Demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net. Some sort of child trap. Exactly. Cool. Throw something in the ideas bin. The ideas bin. First, no more bins, trash cans. Renaming of the ideas on fearing of me. Damn. Okay, ich kann ganz viele Sachen antippen. Alles antippen. Worum geht's hier? Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Group Kibble Planning. Okay. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Nur die Zeiten. Das, Fragezeichen, Ausrufezeichen, Fragezeichen. Ich glaube, da weiß ich, was er machen muss. Das sieht doch alles sehr spannend aus. Tomorrow. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Bright next day's agent refleet. Okay. Employee. Da stehen die Employees. Jim. Jim. Lest es euch selber durch. Ich glaube, ich gehe jetzt. Move my desk. Ich gehe jetzt weiter. Das hatten wir noch nicht. Sieht auch alles sehr fresh aus. Broom Closet. Ich kann nicht sogar. Bitte sag nicht, dass die Tür so geht.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Ja, sofort. Wir gehen ja wieder. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Was ist da? Da ist wahrscheinlich egal, wo man lang geht, irgendwann. Das ist halt, wie die Story sich dann verhält mäßig. Oh, damn, wie sieht's hübsch aus? Sieht's unten auch hübsch aus? Wir können ja unten einmal kurz gucken gehen. Ganz kurz noch. Oh, unten ist rot. Oh, unten sieht gar nicht gut aus. Gehen wir mal hoch. Und die Tür geht zu. Mega. Okay, das ist sein Office. Will der mich verarschen? Ah, sie. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisps. Mega, es ist. Wow, Spiegel. Der Spiegel spiegelt aber nicht so gut. Oh, die Toilette glänzt, Alter. Extreme Bathrooms. Time Magazine. Okay, das ist schönes Badezimmer. Wir haben unten nicht so ein schönes Badezimmer. Ach so, das ist seine Sekretärin und da ist sein Office dann.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Das ist cool. Hier sind die Wände noch nicht gerade richtig. So ein fetter Scheinwerfer, der in die Fresse strahlt. Ah, perfekt. Der fehlende Bodenplatte. Gut. Also, geh runter. Ah! Oh, achso. Ist ein Boden. Ist ja nice. Oh, Licht ist an. Oh, das ist beruhigend. Nicht wirklich, aber ein bisschen. Loading. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Oh. Okay. Rot ist immer gut.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Das Escape. Wir gehen mal hier lang, das was das Spiel will. Bitte. Oh, es ist dunkel. Ich sehe nichts. Wow. Okay. Oh, ich stehe auf dem Stuhl. Was steht da? Ich kann nicht lesen, was da steht. Da stehen Nummern drauf von den Mitarbeitern.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Ich glaube, da kann ich da runter. Oh mein Gott. Das ist nicht gerade sicher, dieses Geländer. Wir gehen einfach mal zum nächsten Arbeitsplatz, wie es aussieht. Hier arbeiten Leute tagtäglich oder so. Ah, Hate Monday ist schon wieder da. Perfekt. Hier wieder ein mit Nummern. Ich würde das gern genauer sehen können, aber kann ich nicht. Kameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Feiert. Oh, damn. Das sieht krank aus. Ich glaube, das ist einfach so 174 ist einfach so eine Treppe. Da. Aber der Rest, da unten ist auch was Komisches. Manche Arbeitsplätze sind nicht ganz wirklich Arbeitsplätze, habe ich das Gefühl. Was macht denn da die, über der 1 da? Ist auch irgendwas. Aber was ist denn? Ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher, was das 528 war auch nicht ganz arbeitsplatzmäßig. Okay, Menschen hinauf transportieren.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Ich sehe nichts. Ich sehe was.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Was mache ich jetzt? Bis ich hier runtergehe. Da kann ich mal wieder hochgehen. Okay. Cool. Okay, muss ich jetzt an den Computer? Waiting for... Ah. Haus. Das ist Hippie oder sowas? Waiting for Connect. Gehen wir mal hier hin. 5. 5.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Was muss ich denn jetzt machen? Muss ich off oder on?
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
Was?
How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
Was
What a
muss ich
shame we have
machen,
so
ne?
little time left to enjoy it.
Was muss ich
Mere
machen?
moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious
5.
moments each one of them is. More time to talk about
5.
you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance
muss ich
of the
machen?
story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
5.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich.
Ich bin
Almost
mir nicht
hate
ganz
to
sicher,
see
was ich
it
machen
go.
soll.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Ja.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door.
Ey.
Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Das ist 4.
To see you
Was 3?
remain humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so
Ja.
you can't.
3.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30
Ah,
seconds until a big
das
boom and
ist
then
so.
nothing.
Ah.
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling
Ja.
desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
Gibt's
And
noch einen
believe me,
6.?
I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever up.
Oh. Gab nur 5, ich glaube. Ja, der Timer war, glaube ich, noch nicht zu Ende. Ich glaube, da waren noch ein paar Sekunden. Ne? Okay. The end is never the end is never the end is loading. Oh. Ich weiß nicht, bin ich jetzt... was für ein Fake? Ich verstehe es nicht, aber okay. Ist
All
okay.
of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah, das war mein erstes Ending. Habe ich es geschafft? Ich weiß nicht mal, wo ich es geschafft habe. Ist jetzt irgendwas anders? Ah, hier sind... Okay, das kann ich alles nicht lesen, aber... Doch. Await Input. Input Receives. Muss ich da Access reinschreiben? Oh, wie kann ich denn da was reinschreiben? Ja, okay, ich kann nichts reinschreiben. Das ist alles zu hier? Das ist alles zu hier anscheinend. Okay. Ja, das war... Ich denke, wir können einfach straight durchgehen.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ich glaube, wir gehen mit rechts oder beim ersten Mal nicht? So, da waren ja auch mehrere Dinge, aber ich glaube, wir gehen jetzt mal rechts.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Employee Lounge. Ja, das pickt das an. Okay.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Trinken. Irgendwas trinken. Nichts trinken.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ah, hier kommen wir zurück und hier... Ja, was war da? Achso, das war was das lädt. Hier mal. Das... Okay, was wollen wir machen? Was wollen wir machen? Ich brauche eigentlich Leute, die mir helfen mit dieser Entscheidung. Ich kann sowas nicht alleine entscheiden. Wir gehen einen anderen Weg. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. Okay. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's moving. Will cause death. Mega. Permanently poor issue of cargo lift 1000. Personnel jumping off the cargo 5000. Okay. Kann ich hier irgendwas machen? Ich glaube nicht. Ist die Tür offen? Oh, ich brauche eine Keycard. Ist hier irgendwo eine Keycard? Keycard? No keycard for me. Ist eine Tasse. Okay,
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
for her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ja, wer ist sie? Kenn ich sie? Okay, ich kann aber auch vom Lift springen und dann auf dieses Dingensens. Ich weiß nicht, wie weit ich hier rein kann, oder? Eigentlich, das ist so ein langweiliger Lagerraum. Ich weiß nicht, wo es wo geht's da? Geht's zu einer anderen Tür. Ich glaube, ich mach das hier. Das klingt lustiger. Komm ich hier zurück? Hallo? Ich kann wieder zurück? Ich komme nicht mehr zurück. Oh, das ist aber schade. Ich komme ehrlich nicht mehr zurück. Hallo? Zurück. Hallo? Hallo? Och Mano. Dann gehen wir wohl in den langweiligen Lagerraum. Finde ich nicht gut. Okay. So weit, so gut.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith...
Brauchst nicht zu Ende reden. Ich bin dran. 427, das sind wir. Was passiert mit uns?
Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, right now. I want you to come in and tell me all about
Your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Thank you. Thank you, Lady Clara.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Was?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Man.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Was ist, wenn wir nicht U drücken? Okay, scheint nichts zu passieren, wenn wir nicht U drücken. Ja, hab jetzt ein bisschen gewartet. Drücken wir dann jetzt einfach mal U.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Bitte Y. Bitte drücke Y, um fernzusehen.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Was?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Sag mal, der hat echt was gegen uns.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Whoa, this is deep.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Was? Ich dachte, ich habe keine Frau.
But there is no answer.
Oh.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Schlafen gehen. Wo bin ich? In meinem Büro?
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Dann drücken wir nicht den Button. Okay, ich habe jetzt noch mal länger gewartet. Und es passiert nichts. Ich glaube, wir müssen, glaube ich, X drücken. Damit was passiert, weil es passiert nichts. Es passiert nichts. gar nicht. Ich habe die Uhr jetzt angeguckt, die Zeit vergeht auf der Uhr, aber es passiert nichts. Hier passiert nichts. Ja.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Okay, wir müssen die Tasten drücken.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
Oh Mann. Oh damn. Ich glaube, ich würde gerne noch mal zu dem Dingensens hin, wo wir die linke Tür gegangen sind, dann wo man da rüber kann zum Runterspringen. Also ich schneide einfach so, dass wir direkt da sind.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So, hier sind wir und ich möchte gern, dass wir einmal
Look, Stanley, I
darüber
think
kommen.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yeah.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay. Where's your chance? Los, do something. Los. Danger? Everywhere. Ah doch, der schließt die Tür vielleicht nicht. Was? Keine Eimer hin nach diesem Punkt? Okay. Tür geschossen.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay. Scheiße. Ich gehe einfach mal durch die rote Tür.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Es ist wirklich einfach nur... Damn.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
Okay.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Oh. Wow. Das ist cool. Was passiert hier rum? Was passiert hier? Oh, es wird weniger. Es ist weg. Oh, Punkte. Aber ich glaube, wir gehen. Das ist ein bisschen langweilig hier, auch wenn es ganz hübsch aussieht.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
What am I doing? Kann ich wieder zurückgehen? Sagt er dann was? Ist er dann glücklich, wenn wir zurückgehen? Weil wenn nicht, dann bringe ich mich um. Oh.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Okay, du kannst mir nichts.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Ja, wir gehen nochmal zurück. Gut, noch kurz zurückgehen.
Are you are going to stay here, aren't you?
Aber passiert hier irgendwas, wenn wir hier stehen bleiben? Okay, ich glaube, ich bringe mich jetzt um. Er sagt nichts, okay. Er sagt nichts, wir bringen uns um.
No!
Hey.
Oh,
Was?
thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room? There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Okay, we stop moving. Was wird passieren, wenn wir uns aufhören zu bewegen? Tja, wir werden es von ihr erfahren, weil ich gehe mich jetzt umbringen.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. No. No, no, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Nothing. Bin beschlossen. Ich hab beschlossen, mich umzubringen. And let's go! Woo! Free for Tower!
Stanley?
Immer noch nicht.
Let's go back to the other room. Can you do my God?
Nein.
Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Yes.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
I mean, you're going to be happy without me. Oder
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
I'm going to die.
Is it over?
Ja.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Nice. The end is never the end is never the end is ne. So, das war's mit dem Game. Es hat mir sehr viel Spaß gemacht. Ich hoffe, euch hat es auch Spaß gemacht, mir zuzugucken, weil, also, ich würde mit dem Game gerne einen zweiten Teil rausbringen. Wenn ihr das auch wollt, dann schreibt es in die Kommentare. Ja, ansonsten lasst ein Like da, lasst ein Abo da, nicht alles auf einmal. Checkt die beiden Kanäle auch noch aus. Und dann würde ich sagen, bis zum nächsten Mal. Guten Abend und man sieht sich. Tschüssi.